Welcome back to Black Star Dove. Welcome back to the channel. Um, Thank you for joining me this evening. Very excited to, bring some good news coming forward with the channel. As always, it's HBO, which is Help a Brother Out. Most definitely trying to get to those 1,000 subs so that way I can start using this as another stream of income. But yeah, so I finally, have done the proper amount of research to know how to do the YouTube commercials and things of that nature. So I finally got that underway, and I decided to most definitely put some more money into this for better production and things of that nature. So be looking forward to that. The topic I want to discuss in this video is of the Hassan Campbell incident that he recently spoke about on his channel. So if you don't know who Hassan Campbell is, let me tell you how I was introduced to him. He was a killer for Africa Bambaataa. Yes, that African Bambaataa in the Zulu nation. He was a hitter for him, but he was molested by him. So when I first heard this, I thought this.
But I don't need that strap to drag you across the track. Second he touched that runway, they find his body floating in front of that. Picture.
Bootleg editing alert. Bootleg editing alert. If that actually went through, and it turns out how I wanted it to, this will be my first official real edit. I deserve a like for that one. But so as I said, Hassan Campbell was this hitter for African Bambaataa when he was a youngster, but at the same time he was being sexually assaulted by him. So there's a whole lot of jokes and things that come with that nature. And when I first heard about this, I'm like, what? And then just diving deeper into it and all that stuff, it got to a point where I was like everyone else, where it was like, at this point, either you're just gonna shoot him or what? Because you're talking about this way too much. But as I learned to listen to him more, I really began to respect him and his opinion and his insight, because he's someone who's not afraid to speak up and speak out of the normal. He was one of the first people I've ever seen on a bigger platform calling out Black Lives Matter, George Soros, Tamika Mallory, My Son the General, and all of them. If you go to his channel, he's always talking about the Black people that they never mention. The Black people who don't grab headlines. And his whole thing is, if Black lives matter, why don't they matter to Black people? So he's actually a very inspirational, he's someone who grew up in poverty, went to prison, came out. He seems to be making a good living for himself. The whole situation that happened recently is that he spoke that, I guess, that his wife is about to get ready to divorce him. What happened is that, being on the internet has ups and downs. Usually a lot more ups than downs, but the downs do happen. So it seems like someone who was very close to him, people knew of his wife, but no one knew his wife's name or anything of that nature. So someone who was close to him that he said that he considered family let his information out onto the internet, letting people know who his wife's name and all that stuff and things of that nature. So, I guess he's been getting a whole lot of CPS calls, and people have been calling his wife's job and all that stuff. So, his wife, who didn't want part of any of this on the internet, is I guess it's becoming too much for her. And it's just that lesson of balance that I think that this shows. Everyone has a life outside of the internet, especially for YouTubers. And I feel like there's a lot of people that seem to forget that, they went and they harassed a woman who had nothing to do with anything. That was just his wife, and he kept his wife separate you know, his family pretty much separate from his YouTube channel. You know, sometimes you'll see his kids and things of that nature, but it's just a whole lot, like calling CPS on his kids and like having the CPS come to his house and do welfare checks and then calling his wife's job and things of that nature. Like, that shit is fucking crazy. So I can understand why she's like, she doesn't want no part of that. She was just like technically an innocent civilian who was just hit in the, let's just say she caught a stray bullet for something that, you know, she had no part in. And I do kind of feel bad for that part because it's like, this is his wife. You know, this is like, you know, this is his wife. This is his queen. This is the woman that he holds in high regards, that he has to provide for, protect, and also make sure that she is in an environment where she can nurture their kids. And somehow her information got leaked. Well, her information didn't get leaked. This person put this person put her information out on the internet, and then everyone else got a hold of it. So I kind of feel, I really do feel bad for him in the sense where it's like, dude, like I don't know, because it's like when people have a problem with Hassan has always said, hey, let's step up man to man. Either let's talk about it or we can fight. Hassan has always offered everyone like a fade or things of that nature, or even a I want to say a verbal sparring match, or even a debate. He's always been willing to talk or whatever. So for people to go low blow and attack his family, that is straight, that is a very coward move in my opinion. Because just because you have a problem with him doesn't mean you have a problem with everyone else. If I have a problem with you, I'm gonna go and settle my problem with you. There's no reason for you to bring your kids into it, or there's no reason for you to bring my son into it. So it's just like, you know, and bring his wife and things of that nature. That doesn't need to happen. So I just made this video just to say, like, you know, if by chance he were to see this, I do stand with you, brother. And I hope that you and your wife can able to find something that's, you know, like, because 25 years of marriage is a long time. You know, hopefully y'all can still stay together, and hopefully these incidences stop, where they stop harassing her and stop harassing you and the family. But I hope things can really be worked out for you. And I wish you nothing but the best. Everyone else, for the rest of my video, I do want to say that I am working on some commercials and I'm working on some better content so I can start having getting more engagement and getting more subscribers. But other than that, take care. I love you and God bless.